Hello there, Andy. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you. And yourself?
I'm doing excellently. Thank you very much for joining me. Now, as you can see, we are on a tiermaker.com.
Yes.
I had this idea that we could have a look at these tier lists and put them on YouTube because no one else has ever done this.
Yeah.
No one else has ever done this before. So I thought it'd be fun for us to talk and debate where we think certain things should go on the list. Obviously, we've got our tiers along the side, S being obviously the best all the way down to D.
Mm-hmm.
And this specific one is all about the PlayStation 4 exclusives. Now, obviously, we have our PlayStation podcast called Bomb Squad.
Yeah.
So I feel like we've played probably like the vast majority of these, or at least watched each other play them, or have some experience with them. So we'll be able to sort of determine where we think these should go. The first one at the top is actually is Knack.
Yeah. I immediately, when we started this, I moved my order around.
Did you?
Yeah. Let me refresh it. I think it comes up.
But it's okay. I can just say. So we've got Knack, which is the first one. So
okay.
I've never played Knack. I'm pretty sure was it a PS4 launch game? Was it?
Yep.
I think it was launch, wasn't it?
I've never played it either.
I mean, I know that people are pretty like down on Knack. Like it's not. You know, I think if it was going to be one of these top tiers, then it'd be something that like I probably would have played.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm thinking, is Knack is it a D tier?
I think it is. I think it is. Considering we've only got 5 places to put it.
Yeah.
And it's good to explore all of the rankings. So
yeah. So
I think it.
I guess
goes
sorry,
there.
Knack. Yeah. It kind of sucks because but you know, whatever.
Shame to start off on a bad foot as well. But
these tier lists, it's just dog world, though, isn't it? Really.
I don't really understand the ordering of this, but anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't know why it's like in this order. I didn't put it in this specific order, but okay. So I guess, I mean, I suppose what we could do is just get both the Knacks out of the way, seeing as we're like, we haven't played them.
Yeah.
Knack 2, would that go?
I've heard that
would
it's
that
an
be
improvement
D as well.
I've heard that it is a genuine improvement. So I'm happy to maybe initially, or do we just go D?
I mean, I'm thinking Knack. D. I've never played it, but would we say then it's above Knack 1 in the D?
Supposedly it is better.
Okay, so it would go above it. All right,
yeah,
I'm putting it in
C.
in D, but I'm putting it at the top of D for now.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm with you on that. Yeah.
Okay, so next up along the top list is The Last of Us Remastered.
Yeah, so this is a D.
This is a straight up D, right at the bottom.
Yeah,
awful game. I mean, why can't she swim?
Why can't she swim? Look, Last of Us 2, I'm willing to put
S tier.
This, no, D. This has got to be S. It's got to be S tier. We said it was the best game of the entire decade.
Yeah, so we can't really, if you didn't start podcast, then you probably know that we love that game. But yeah, super good game, and the remaster is great. It's got the remaster actually includes Left Behind as well, doesn't it? And
I think it does. Yeah. And I actually, when you look back at gameplay videos of The Last of Us, it's still an impressive looking game. But my God, when I envision The Last of Us, I envision the remastered version. It's so much cleaner looking. Than the PS3 version of it. So it is the one you should be thinking of when you think of it.
Excellent. Let's stick with Naughty Dog then. Uncharted 4, A Thief's End. Where would we put that?
This is tricky because there are aspects of it which I think are the best Uncharted, and then there are aspects which I don't think I don't think any parts of it is like the worst part of Uncharted games. But it doesn't elicit that feeling of like, oh my God, it's Uncharted in my mind when I think about it. But I think maybe when I play it, I sometimes do think that. I'm going around in circles. I'm kind of chatting rubbish. But
so I kind of think that it's the only one that I've only played once.
Yeah.
I've not actually played it again since it came out. But I think like off the top of my head, I think I'd say it's probably like my second favourite. I think 2 is probably my favourite Uncharted game, and I think 4 is probably next.
Yeah, I think you're right actually, because the story itself is, I think, the most mature, and I think it's the best story, like just straight story in all of them.
It's got some really good like areas as well, like
Yeah. Okay.
For me, I'm like, is it S or is it A? What do you like for you?
Okay, so in my mind then, because I was, I don't know why I was thinking it, but I was thinking, is it A or is it B? So then therefore it's A.
Oh, okay. I think it's A.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I don't think
Cool.
it's S tier because The Last of Us is better.
Fair enough. What about, okay, we'll stick with Uncharted then. Lost Legacy. We've not played this.
Yeah, so
I've
this is tricky to kind of say.
I mean, the thing that the reason that I've not played it is because I just don't really care about Chloe or the random bad guy from 4 that is the other protagonist in this game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm assuming it's better than Knack and Knack 2.
Yeah, I think it's very well received.
Is it? Not, I mean, I wouldn't put it as high as A for sure.
No, let's put it in C tier just because we haven't played it, so we can have that kind of addition or note. This is just our thought process behind it, but it probably should be in B tier.
Yeah,
or maybe I think some people would even argue A tier. But we haven't played it, so let's go with C. And we're adding that little addendum to the fact that we haven't played them, so it's not fully justified what we're doing with it.
Yeah. Okay. Next on my list, we've got Marvel's Spider-Man.
Yeah. Very good game.
Oh, really good game.
Very good
For
game.
For me, I think this is like clear A tier.
Clear A tier.
Clear A tier for me. What are you thinking?
Yeah. This is where I'm like, is this S tier?
Really?
Yeah, but
okay.
I think you're right that it's A tier because it's just a really great game. It's not like that innovative and stuff like that. It's pretty I think if you were to boil it down, it's kind of generic, and that I don't mean that in such a negative way that the word generic always sounds like it's a super negative thing. It's not exactly as I say, that innovative in what it's trying to do. Yeah.
I totally agree. And I think also it's like it doesn't do anything we've never seen before, but everything it does so well.
Yeah.
I think that's
I think that's like stone cold what makes an A an A.
Sure.
When it's not doing anything new, but it does it so well. So A. Let's whack that an A.
Now, my question: do you want to? Do we go through just so I just put that in A, or do you want to order them as we go within each rank? Or should we get them into orders then do it at the end?
Yeah, let's get them all into the ranks and then we'll order them.
Okay, Horizon Zero Dawn. Where does Horizon Zero Dawn go?
Now, weirdly, this has the exact same thing I just said about Spider-Man, but like in that it's just an amalgamation of loads of other games all put together, and it does a load of those things really well. But I feel like I have more love for it than Spider-Man. Like, I don't know whether it's just because of the world it created. I think is like top tier world creation, and like
the fact that it was a totally new IP.
Yeah, and, with a very interesting lore behind it and everything.
And Spider-Man was always going to have diehard fans even before it came out.
Yeah, exactly.
But the fact that Horizon's got a lot more time. It's a lot longer ago than Spider-Man was, so I feel like it's had a lot of time for everyone to forget about it as well and forget how good it was.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think. Are we thinking A tier?
Yeah, A tier with a serious shout towards the upper to getting towards S in my mind.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. God of War.
Oh, wait, we're sticking on Gorilla though. Killzone.
Oh, we're sticking with Gorilla. Oh, okay, yeah, that's a good idea.
I like doing that.
Killzone Shadowfall. Dude, I want to put this in a B tier.
Yeah, I actually was going to say the same thing. Because like it's one of the things that it's meant to do. It's a launch game. It's meant to show off the console. That game still looks as good, if not better, than a lot of the games that come out. If it's meant to be a showcase for what the console can do graphically, it did it. If it meant to be a showcase for what the console can do in terms of new games, then it didn't do that. But I don't think you really expect that fully from a launch game.
I think it was a fun shooter, had a ridiculous, crazy story.
Yeah.
It went to different enough places to give you different things to look at.
Yeah.
I had loads of fun with it. We played a bit online as well, and it was good.
Yeah, which is a rare thing for us to do, and it got us to do it. So it was, B tier for me.
I think that's just right, because I think I look at the stuff in A, and I think it's definitely not as good as those, but it was a fun game, and I think pretty underrated.
Yeah, absolutely. So what was next then? God of War, was it?
God of War, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, this is an S tier.
Yeah, I think I'm totally the same. This is one of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, visually, story-wise, mechanically, it reinvented God of War as well.
Yeah, the
it
combat
just did
was
so
unbelievable.
much right. Yeah, it did so much right.
Man, just looking at those 5 games we've got in S and A, I'm like, damn.
Yeah,
this
is
generation
like the bread and butter.
Good. Yeah.
And what's
obviously,
fun
I guess
well
Last of Us is kind of a cheat.
Yeah, Last of Us is kind of last. But in terms of those 5 games there, you've got, like, in my mind, you've basically got 4 new IPs. And I say that in a weird way, in that I think God of War, because of the reinvention, it's not a new IP, sorry, it's a new series. Like, it's not really a sequel. It's a brand new start with all of the trimmings of the older games. Uncharted 4 obviously is number 4. Spider-Man was a brand new start for that, which will have a number 2. Horizon will have a number 2. Last of Us is having a number 2. God of War will have a number 2 as well. And I think that's so exciting to see, because the PS3 was an era which set us up with so many great new IPs, and I think it was easy to initially think that the PlayStation 4 was just going to be a sequel machine, but actually there's a ton of really cool new IPs there.
No, for sure. Okay, let's move. So Ratchet and Clank. I guess we should have maybe done Ratchet and Clank when we talked about
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, yeah. But okay, so it's the Ratchet and Clank. What was it, like, remake?
Yeah,
remaster?
remake of the
remake.
It's a remake of the first game, but based off the film, which was based off the first game, kind of that thing. This game
I've played a good chunk of it. I've not finished it. I've played a good chunk of it though.
I've platinumed it. I've really flipping enjoyed this game.
So I guess where are you thinking based on that?
Yeah, I would put it B tier. And
B.
I think if it wasn't a remake of a Ratchet and Clank game, like, for me it would be heading towards the A tier, because I just think it's a fantastic game with really cool weapons and really funny and stuff like that. But because it is a remake, it's a retreading of a game kind of. For me, it's just straight up B. What about you?
Yeah, from what I played, definitely I'd put it B for sure. Really fun, like the different all the weapon types and everything like that. So fun.
Yeah, really excited about the idea of that potentially coming back for PlayStation 5. Hopefully, towards the beginning of it.
Yeah, definitely. Next I've got on my list is Persona 5.
Yeah, so this is one where I can't really comment because I haven't played anything. Like, I've watched you play a fair bit of it. So I'll leave this in your capable hands.
I mean, obviously Persona 5 Royal has just come out, which I think is like the highest rated PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah,
like ever.
I think you're right. Right.
So the thing is, I love it, and I love the Persona games. I played a lot of 4 on my Vita as well, but I just get burnt out. I get so burnt out with them because they're so long, and I think this is for sure. I can't put it lower than A.
No,
I don't think I can put it lower than A. But I think we're probably going to offend a lot of people by putting it not S. But I don't think I can, purely because I just haven't been able to actually put 100 hours into it. I mean, I think I hit like 55, almost 60 hours in this game. Not Royal, obviously, but the original Persona 5. And I just got to a point where I was like, oh my gosh, I can't. I know where this is going. I know what I'm doing, but I can't put another 40 hours into this game.
Yeah. No, and I think that's fair enough. And like, from what I've seen, I've actually watched a streamer play quite a bit of it and actually play quite a chunk of the end of it, because I knew I was never ever going to play this game. So I was quite interested to see what I'd seen of you play it and then watch a bit of the end of it as well, just to see how it kind of resolves. And it does look amazing. I know people kind of think of it as one of the great JRPGs of all time. So I would be remiss if I put it anything less than A. So I think that I'd be more than happy to shove it there as well.
Cool.
Even without having played it.
Okay. Next up is Drive Club. Now, have you played a bit of Drive Club, didn't you?
Yeah.
Or am I making that up? Oh, cool.
Yeah,
okay.
I have. It's a really interesting game. It's a bit more arcadey than something like a Gran Turismo. So it's not quite so like driving sim. But this is one of these weird games. Again, it was launch or just around launch. Maybe a couple of months after launch.
Yeah, I think it was launch, yeah.
Was it launch? Yeah. Plagued with issues online with it, which was obviously one of the big pushes of it, was that you had a drive club. You had a club together with your friends and stuff. And you could drive, and obviously. But it's funny. It's a good game.
Wait, so you're saying you had a club and you could drive?
Yes, exactly.
Excellent.
It's a good game at its core. It just has this really murky history to it. It's also like one of the best looking games still on the console. If you ever see a clip of someone driving in the cockpit of a car, the rain physics or whatever it is like next level. Like, it's so good looking, so impressive.
Is it? Do we need to take into the fact that it's dead?
Well, that's again. That's another aspect. I think so. I think in my heart of heart, I'd be like, if this was a graphics list, it would be S. But really, I think it should be like in the C kind of tier.
C tier. Okay.
Yeah, I would want to put it heading towards B. But when I look at then Killzone and Ratchet, and I think the impact that they have had, whilst not massive, Drive Club had like quite a negative attachment to it. So
yeah,
but it is a competent and it is a good game.
I guess it kind of makes sense to talk about Gran Turismo Sport.
Yeah.
I've not played that at all.
Yeah, so I've played a lot of this game, and this has been one of those. It's kind of similar to if you would say like the No Man's Sky kind of redemption story of a game coming out and being absolutely destroyed, and then just working away at it and becoming something. Gran Turismo Sport launched as a very competent, good racing sim game, a Gran Turismo game, but very bare bones. Like loads of cars missing, loads of tracks missing, loads of types of game modes missing. And over the course of the last kind of 3 or 4 years since it's existed, up until like last year, I think every month they brought out a new pack of race tracks and cars every single month for like 3 years. So I have very fond feelings of this. But my but comes in, I think that there is a room for this game to be so much better. Just still, I think Polyphony Digital, is that their name? Polyphony. I
don't know.
They have been resting on their laurels a bit, and whilst they've had a great redemption with this, I would want to push this to a B tier because of what they've done and what it's become. And what if you pick up the game now, that's what you get. You also have a VR mode, which is quite fun. But it could be, it has the opportunity, the potential to be an A tier, but it's not. So B tier for me.
Okay, I'll put it in that then. Right, Infamous Second Son. It seems like an absolute age ago that I've played this.
A launch game, not a launch game. Should have been a launch game, but was delayed slightly.
Should have been.
Yeah.
Where are you thinking for this? I enjoyed this game. I thought it was good.
Yeah. Yeah. I think based.
So funny how oh, sorry. Go
so
on.
you go.
It's funny how they've kind of like bookended the PlayStation 4 with with Infamous at the beginning and Ghost of Tsushima like right at the end. But
yeah,
I don't know. In my heart, I'm kind of thinking this is probably like a B.
Yeah, I would agree. I think it's a B tier through and through. Like, I think this is a perfect example of a B tier game, because I think in my mind, I think of Infamous 1 and 2 being better games, whilst there are aspects of Second Son I absolutely love. I just think the previous games were better.
Its story let it down a bit, didn't it?
Yeah.
It wasn't.
And I think as well, from what, correct me if I'm wrong here, but is it Delson? Is it the main guy?
Yeah, Delson Rowe.
Yeah, Delson Rowe. I feel like I didn't gel that well with him. Like, I feel like I had a few issues with just him, but
yeah.
Maybe that's
cool colours. I like the colours in that game when you use like, different powers,
the particle effects and everything.
Yeah.
Very, very good looking game.
Okay, Bloodborne.
This is a tricky one. This is really tricky.
Really tricky. Because I think this is the one where should it just be an S tier, but
weirdly, I think I've actually played about 10 to 15 hours of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I've played quite a chunk. I think I beat 3 or 4 of the bosses. And over that time, I very briefly dipped into Dark Souls 2, I think, when it came out. But I've never really played Souls games. And I bought this straight away when it came out because I loved the look of it. But over that period of time, whilst I didn't finish it, I didn't even see almost anything to do with how much is in that game. I completely understood it. I completely understood what it is and why everyone loves it and what you get from it, even though I didn't finish it. So I have no qualms putting this towards S, even though I haven't finished it, type of thing. I think naturally I would go towards A just because I haven't finished it, but I think it should be S, if that kind of makes sense.
We'll put it S. We'll put it in the S, just so that we keep everyone happy.
Put it in the S.
We'll put it in the S. Okay, right. Next on my list is Detroit Become Human. Now, this is going to be an interesting one, I think. Because I think this game's an A. I'd put this game as an A tier. I mean, it's probably like, if you look at the other A tier games we've got there, I don't know if it's probably quite as good as them, but then I look at it and I think, man, I enjoyed Detroit way more than I did all the games that we've got in B that I've played. And I think, I just think it's a lot better than the ones we put there. And I don't consider it to be like a B tier game. I know a lot of people really don't like it and they don't like those style games, but I had loads of fun with Detroit. I thought the story was awesome.
I'm just going to agree with you completely with that. I think you're totally right with that. I was a really big fan of that. Really, really enjoyed it. So yeah, whack it in the A tier.
I think it's probably like the sleeper best exclusive there.
Yeah,
for sure.
I agree.
It's probably one that I feel like a lot of people played Last of Us, Uncharted, Spider-Man, God of War, all that. But I think Detroit's the one that a lot of people probably just have no clue about. Yeah, and I think it's awesome.
Yeah. Absolutely. There were moments of that where I stopped and I looked and it was like, this looks photorealistic at points. Unbelievable. But also amazing. It was on PS Plus.
It was,
I think, which is pretty cool.
I just want to actually jump in my order. I want to talk about Gravity Rush 2 quickly because I have not played that game at all.
Yeah, so I've not played Gravity Rush 2. I've played a lot of Gravity Rush 1 on the Vita, like 15, 20 hours of it. So on the basis of that, I thought the game was really cool, like a really cool idea. Yeah, and all I know is that Gravity Rush 2 is meant to be even better.
Okay.
So,
I mean,
what were you going to say?
Know, where
what were
would
you going to say?
I don't know. I mean, I've not played it. I'm guessing it's probably like B.
Yeah, I was gonna head towards C because we haven't played it, but acknowledge the fact that it's probably more like a B tier game.
Put it in C. It's in C.
Put it in C.
Put it in C.
Yeah.
Right. Let's do Let's talk about Team Eco while we're on them. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's do Last Guardian. Where would you put where are your, because you've played a bit. I've not actually played any Last Guardian, but you've played. Again, have you finished it?
No. I've only played about an hour.
Oh right, okay.
I haven't actually played that much. I played about an hour, and it was weird, and like I kind of hate the way the game controls. Like I kind of really don't like it. However, it's one of the strongest moments of playing a game and just kind of starting and being so intrigued by the mystery of the world and everything around it. I was like enamored by it all. So I it's on my list of games I want to play over the next couple of weeks or months. So it's kind of hard to say.
Where were you thinking for the like?
I would probably go towards B.
Yeah,
because I think it has the potential for playing to be incredible, but I don't know yet because I really don't like the way it plays.
Well, talking about Shadow of the Colossus, then the remaster or the remake, is it a remake or a remaster?
I
think it's a remaster.
A very competent remaster.
Where would you put that? Because like I don't know. Is that an S tier? It's like one of the best games, surely.
Yeah. I don't know. In my mind, I would put it A, but that's because the game made me bite a controller once. But I understand it going towards S.
Oh no, I'll go with you. I'll say it's A as well.
Because it can be. I mean, it is also a remaster. This isn't a new game.
Okay. I mean, Last of Us is sitting in S at the moment, and that is also a remaster. True. I just want to point out your hypocrisy there. No, you're right there, because I think the problem is that the way it, it's great and everything, but the way it plays, it just makes me so angry sometimes.
Some people love it. Some people love the gameplay, and that's one of those moments in sometimes you get it with a game where you're like, I just can't understand how you like this. I do understand why Shadow of the Colossus is such an amazing game, but I don't understand why people like the gameplay. People liking the gameplay. Yeah.
Okay, it's in A.
Yeah.
So we've got two more games. We've got The Order 1886. Let's go with that one next, because I think this is going to be. I mean, I've not actually played this. I've seen a lot of it, and I've seen you play a lot of it. And it was pretty like heavily, maybe not panned, but like everyone just sort of had a shrug of the shoulders and a meh when it came out.
Yeah. It was like a 5 out of 10 score from everyone.
Yeah. I mean, so I'm guessing it's basing this mostly off what you think of it. Then really, I mean, where would you?
Oh boy, that's tricky, because I think really it should go in the C tier, but I kind of love the world of that game and the way it looks, and that's why it kind of like almost creeps into the B tier for me.
Okay.
Because like. I think it's underrepresented, like in how much people bash it. It's generic, it's short, it's kind of, but like I don't know. I think it's pretty cool as well.
We're gonna go B.
Yeah, I want to put it B.
It's in there. It's in a B. So
awesome.
Last game is Until Dawn.
Yeah. Really
cool.
Yeah. There are no doubts in my mind that I really like this game. I'm just trying to work out how much I like it and where it goes. We played this through together, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. I'm kind of thinking it's probably a B. I don't think it touches the stuff in A.
I think that's right. When you look at the stuff that's in the A tier, and then you would look at Until Dawn next to it, I think it makes sense to have it in the B tier.
I think that makes sense for where it goes.
Yeah, it's a really good at what it does. I think it's a really good game.
Yeah, it sort of came out of nowhere as well, and how good it was. It was one of those things that sort of seemed to have no like right to be as good as it was.
Absolutely.
So we've done all the games. The PS4 exclusives are in their tiers, but what I want to do is actually now arrange them so that they are like from the best in the tier down to the worst. So that means like the best would be right on the left next to the next to the letter of the tier, and then going to the right being less good. So in D, we've got Knack 2 and Knack, and like we've put Knack 2 as better because apparently it improved. So cool.
I think that's fine.
I think we can leave them as they are. Now, C tier, the games we've got are Uncharted, Lost Legacy, Drive Club, and Gravity Rush 2.
Yeah. I think probably I was going to swap Gravity and Drive Club.
So you've got Uncharted, Lost Legacy the best, then Gravity Rush, then Drive Club.
Yeah.
Difficult for me that because I've actually not played any of those. So
yeah. So I only have a bit of experience with Drive Club and a experience with Gravity Rush 1, but no a fair amount about all of them type of thing.
That kind of makes sense in my head.
Yeah,
that looks right.
Yeah.
Now B tier, I think this is going to be really hard.
Yeah.
Killzone Shadowfall, Ratchet & Clank, Gran Turismo Sport, Infamous Second Son, The Last Guardian, The Order 1886, and Until Dawn. What does one of them jump out at you as being the best? It's tricky, isn't it? I actually think they're all... I mean,
I think they're all quite level, quite a good level, kind of.
I'm going to throw it out there. I think Ratchet & Clank is the best one.
I have no qualms with that.
I'm going to bump
with
it.
That happening. Yeah.
Ooh, it's being weird. There we go. So
Ratchet & Clank best.
Now, do we say that The Order is the lowest on here, or because I feel like it snuck in maybe a little bit into B? Yeah. Or I mean, what about Gran Turismo? I mean, I've not played either, but
no, I think The Order should go last.
Okay.
I think I would put The Last Guardian then second last, only because it's another one of those I haven't played that much. I've only played like an hour or so, so I think it could be higher up in that list, but I can't say for certain.
How do you feel about Until Dawn being second?
Wow.
So above Killzone, above Infamous, and Gran Turismo.
I'm kind of liking that, actually.
Then the way that I've got it is Killzone, Shadowfall, then Gran Turismo, then Infamous. Would you move any of that? I mean, I think I might bump Infamous up.
I was going to maybe swap Infamous and Killzone. So for Infamous, Gran Turismo, Killzone.
Infamous third, Gran Turismo, then Killzone.
Yeah, I like that.
Cool. All right, we got an order then. So Ratchet & Clank, Until Dawn, Infamous Second Son, Gran Turismo Sport, Killzone, Shadowfall, The Last Guardian, and The Order 1886.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move to A tier. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Now.
Just scouring over them again. Okay.
I'm kind of looking. I'm trying to work out what I'd put last, and I think maybe either Detroit or Shadow of the Colossus would go at the end for me.
Yeah.
I agree. Which one would you say?
I'm going to put Shadow last.
Okay.
But again, it made me bite my controller.
So actually, I've got them Shadow as last, and then Detroit, which is as they are right now.
I know people will be angry at that, but that's
So Uncharted 4, Spider-Man, Horizon, Persona 5.
Okay, so obviously I haven't played Persona, but out of those 4, Horizon is my favorite.
Okay.
Out of those 4.
So I would say it should go Horizon, Uncharted, Persona, Spider-Man.
Yep.
Are you happy with that?
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Man, it's weird that Spider-Man's that low, but I think the problem is it's just like it's a game we've played so many times but done really well.
Yeah, no, for sure. So we've got Horizon, Uncharted 4, Persona 5, Spider-Man, Detroit, Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
Right, so we just need to... So the S tier, we've got 3 games. We've got The Last of Us Remastered, we've got God of War, and we've got Bloodborne.
I think I leave them as it is.
As they are, just like that.
Yeah, I think that's my order of how good I think the games are. And
I agree.
Yeah. I think that's it. That is the order.
So this is the exact science. We have used our powers of deduction, and we've put the PlayStation 4 exclusives into order. Obviously, not
there
fully
are a load
complete
of exclusive games that aren't included in here, but this is just what was in this one. This maker, right?
And I mean, obviously, we're still waiting for. We're about to have the release of Last of Us 2, Ghost of Tsushima. I don't know if would the Final Fantasy 7 remake count? Would that? I mean, it's timed exclusive, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah, but for the time being, I suppose it could.
Yeah. So I mean, for me, it would be top of S.
For me, it would be bottom of D. No, I'm joking. No. It's, I think this seems like mainly like disc release games.
Yeah,
that's why there's a load of indie, like smaller downloadable games that aren't included here.
Yeah, stuff like Dreams actually. Like, it'd be interesting. I'd love to see where we'd put Dreams in here because I feel like it would probably be A for me.
Yeah, same. I
probably
totally
go
agree.
in A,
like
maybe
Astrobot.
Yeah, I think for like Dreams, maybe for me would go maybe around near where Detroit is.
Yeah,
somewhere. In there,
I think I'd actually put it. Would I put it ahead? I'm not sure yet. Maybe it's too early to say for Dreams. I would want to put it up ahead of Detroit with the potential that it's got so far.
Yeah, for sure.
Something like Astrobot would be super high for me.
Yeah.
Such a cool game.
Wicked. Okay, so there we go. We have actually gone through. We've managed. I don't think there was not too many arguments. I was expecting maybe one or two more controversial sections. Maybe the placement of Shadow of the Colossus might be a bit.
Yeah,
that might be the most controversial one. And I guess like Uncharted Lost Legacy, we just haven't played it.
Yeah,
so it might actually be higher, but you know, what can you say?
Absolutely.
Awesome. So thank you very much. If you have disagreed with us vehemently about something, then please let us know in a comment what you think we've done wrong. Feel free to give the video a nice thumbs up. That would be great. We'd love that. That would be very much appreciated. Also, you can listen to where we've got podcasts. We've got a PlayStation podcast called Bomb Squad, which you can find at InDreamsClub.com to see what we think about some of the more up-to-date PlayStation news that's coming out. So, thank you very much for joining me on this, Andy. It's been fun to discuss this with you and rank all of the PS4 exclusives. And we will see you next time.